Huntington's Disease Youth Organization, breaking down barriers, the impact of Huntington's disease on young people. Every young person goes through developmental and social milestones as they grow up. In adolescence, children experience rapid physical growth and brain development, while also exploring with imagination and understanding relationships with their families. Teenagers face hormonal changes while they develop abstract thinking, create deeper relationships with peers, and begin to become more independent. And young adults experience life-changing decisions with their education, career, relationships, family planning, and other future needs. At some point within those developmental changes, a young person typically finds out about Huntington's disease, HD. Learning about HD in the family can be a different experience when a person is 5, 15, 25, or 35 years old. It can be difficult to understand why a young person feels the way they feel and even blame oneself, rather than acknowledge that these emotions are because their needs as children or young people are not met due to their family situation. Let's take a look at how finding out about HD can impact young people at different life milestones. Learning about HD in your life as a child, there might be a lot of confusion for the child on what is happening in the family. Children might not understand why adults are behaving differently or why adults are not telling them what is happening. Young children might be asked to or start to provide care for their loved one. They will recognize that this is different from their friends' lives. Having HD in your family as a teenager can be very challenging. Teenagers can struggle with relationships with family and friends. Teenagers may begin to feel embarrassed by their affected loved one's physical or behavioral differences. They may worry if their friends will understand that their loved one has a disease. Their education may be impacted as they try to balance home and school life. They might be overwhelmed from providing care to their loved one. They may also begin worrying about their own genetic risk and thinking about whether they want to test for the HD gene or not once aged 18. As a young adult, the impact of HD can be felt in different ways. When considering big decisions around school and career, they may begin to think if they should go away to school or take a job far from home. They might worry they are needed home to take care of their loved one with HD. They may be involved in the care or legal responsibilities for a loved one, making it difficult to physically and mentally separate from a loved one. Young adults may also have difficulty forming relationships. They might begin to worry about how and if they want to tell people about the risk for HD. When considering big decisions around career or relationships, they may begin to think, when is the right time, if any, to test? Deciding whether to test or not is a huge decision. And if a person does test, coping with positive or negative results takes time. Learning to live with a new HD status can also be a challenge. Throughout all these phases, children, teenagers, and young adults impacted by HD are often dealing with the grief of a loved one who is changing physically, emotionally, and cognitively. They can experience anticipatory grief with the progression of the condition and grief when their loved one dies. Grief has many stages, and young people can experience many different feelings over time, with all this impacting their lives. It is no surprise that a recent study showed that young people impacted by HD are twice as likely to experience trauma in their youth, teens and young adult phase compared to their peers who do not have illnesses in their family. This is also why support for young people impacted by HD has to be tailored to where they are in their journey with HD and their major life milestones. After witnessing the huge gap globally in services for young people impacted by HD, the Huntington's Disease Youth Organization, HDYO, was founded in 2012 to support, educate, and empower young people globally. Through online resources, in-person events, virtual education, and advocacy, the goal of HDYO is to reach out to young people to ensure they are supported and know they are not alone. If you are a young person or are supporting a young person impacted by Huntington's disease, please do not hesitate to reach out to HDYO at any time. Thank you to the Breaking Down Barriers sponsors.